striking healthcare workers affiliated to Nehawu in KZN have accused their employer of arrogance. They say their demands have fallen on deaf ears. Services at the Grays and Northdale hospitals in Pietermaritzburg have been affected after workers blocked entrances, burning tires. They're demanding a 10% increase and a housing subsidy.
We are angered by the arrogance of the employer. Yes, in this hospital, in fact, all the hospitals in Pietermaritzburg and also in the Herigwala region, they are all closed until the employer meets our demands. Yeah, there has been some, I will not say it's a confrontation between the management, just that they are raising the concern that there is no skeleton staff. And as a union, we met the HOD on the 3rd of March to discuss the skeleton staff, but due to arrogance, they said they cannot negotiate that. That is why there's no one working in the hospital, and it's not our intention to make the strike affect the community.
Let's stay with the Nehawu Regional Secretary, who's also accused the Health Department officials of politicking while there's a crisis.
Some of the MECs in this province, they are around here. There's a by-election here in Ward 25. They are here, actually, just behind the hospital where the voting is taking place. But they don't care. Even the MEC of Health, they have been informed that she's around here, but they don't care. People now are dying.
All right, let's try and get the latest now on this story, and we speak to our reporter Nobuhle Modise, who is live for us outside the Grays Hospital. Nobuhle, let's deal with the allegation that was made by Mr. Ngubane just moments ago when you spoke to him, suggesting that some MECs, these are the provincial leaders, they may be around the corner there, campaigning because there's a by-election nearby. Are these reports true?
We have been trying to get a hold of the health department spokespeople as well as the MEC to no avail. But indeed, there is a by-election that is currently taking place there. And like I said earlier, there is no way that we can get out of here because they have blockaded the roads. We did want to go and see indeed what was going to happen here. But members of Nehawu that are here as well as in Northdale have said that they will be going to that area to go and disturb processes there. So we're also trying our level best to get a hold of the health department in the province, but they're also not answering our calls, which is very weird because on many occasions when you do need them for anything, in fact, they always pick up the phone. But at this point in time, they're not picking up the phone, which also raises eyebrows around why it is that they're not answering any phone calls at the moment. There are a lot of numbers that we've been trying to get through to the health department, specifically the spokesperson as well as the MEC, but we're not getting any response there. And like I mentioned, members here are saying that they will be going there to disturb those processes should nothing be done here at this point. At this moment, police have arrived, like I said earlier on, and there seems to be much more calm than what we saw earlier. Earlier we saw scenes of protesters here pelting stones at cars that were passing through, that are trying to get through over that barrier that they had created. But there's some calm now at the moment. We're not seeing any violence. They're just protesting calmly for the moment. But like I said, they've threatened to go and protest at that by-election that's taking place not so far from here.
The two wrongs cannot make a right. So if the MECs, particularly the MEC of Health, is nearby, and instead of attending to this situation that's unfolding outside of one of her facilities, she should be there addressing and trying to talk these workers to go back to work. But at the same time, the workers, they well aware that they are striking illegally. Surely that has got to concern them as well.
Indeed, Tolu, we thought that we would see members of just not the hospital management, but also members from provincial government coming here, as there have been reports that there's been some deaths inside the hospital because, like I said, there isn't even any skeleton staff. And like I mentioned earlier, there was a patient who was complicating just outside here, who was having a seizure, and he was actually coming here to come and fetch the remains of a loved one. But unfortunately, he complicated and fell here right in front of the workers here, who then rushed to system. So you think that such scenes would cause the provincial health department to come rushing here, but we haven't seen that, especially like you mentioned, because they are not so far from this vicinity where we are.
Let's leave it there for the time being. Live for us outside the Gray's Hospital. That's in Pietermaritzburg.